Alright guys, so let's talk about cards. Cards in Flutter is very interesting and very important. You have to know how to work with cards, and if you know how to work with cards, there are a lot of things you're gonna do with cards. So with no further ado, let's see what card really does in Flutter. First of all, I'll return a body. I'll just go in for a body, then I add a center widget, and the child of this center widget is going to be the card property I need. It's going to be the card widget, sorry, the card widget I need. Now inside the card, it has a property called elevation, right? It has a property called elevation. So I'm just going to save this first, and you see nothing really happens here, but card can always contain a child. So let me just add my const, and let me just specify the child, and I'm just going to use a sized box just like this. And inside this size box, I'll specify the width to be 300, and I specify the height to be 200. Perfect. Now this size box can also contain a child since it is a widget, right? So just gonna say child, and I just want to add a center widget, and I'll just specify this child to be a text, and inside this text I'll just say cards, right? Okay, so I'll just style it a little bit with a text style, and I'll just specify the font size. The font size, I'll just set it up to 50, just like this. Okay, so you just have to remove the const from here, make it work. Right. All right, that's good. So I'm just gonna add a const back, since I want to get rid of all these these orange lines. Yeah, so when I save my project now, automatically you will see that there will be some sort of okay, so we have an error here. What error do we have here? So an unexpected. Okay, so we have to take one of these out. So let's see what we have here. So let's add one of these. Perfect. And additional one. Perfect. Now let's just reformat this and save it, and you will see a card right here. Now, as I said earlier on, card can be modified according to anyhow you want to do this. So I can easily start up with an elevation, then I set the elevation to 20, and this will increase the shadow of the elevation. This makes it very cool. Not that only, but it can also contain color. Then I can set this color to blue, and that is actually gonna work just like this. Let's set the color of this to colors the white for now, just to make it being referenced. Perfect. Now we have something called the border shape, right? Or the shape of a card. A card has a default border radius already, and that is set up to 1 or 2, but we're gonna add up a custom shape, which is a rounded rectangle border, to make this card being rounded, right? All right, so how can we achieve that? This is very simple. After this elevation, we can add another property called a shape, right? And within this shape, we can use a rounded rectangle border, and inside the child of the rounded rectangle border, or the property of the rounded rectangle border, is going to be a border radius. And now with the border radius, we're just going to use border radius, not dot zero but dot circular. And in my case, I'm just going to set this to 20.0, so you could see it very well. Since I'm talking about rounded rectangle border, I have to really get rid of this const, to make it work. Then I just fix this by adding some const here. This looks perfect. When I just save this, there you go, we have a very beautiful rounded corner. Now, talking about the last thing of a card. A card can also contain a shadow color, right? So the shadow right here, we can change the color of the shadow. This is very important, right? So we go to the elevation. Let's add shadow color. Then we can say colors dot green. Any color you think you want to use, that's fine. So there you go, our shadow is now green. All right, these are the things you have to understand. These are the things you need to know about card. And we have some circular cards as well, which of course you can take your time and really go through, right? And that is actually going to be from a child, which you can add it up, right? Okay, so let's see how the circular card also looks like. First of all, I'm just gonna wrap this guy with a column. So this child is gonna be wrapped up with a column. So when I save this, column means it can contain children. So I'm just gonna add up a new card, and this card is going to be circular. This is a different way of adding up a circular card. So let's just call another card just like this, and I'll just go ahead by setting the elevation to 20 for now, and the shape of this card is actually going to be the same rounded rectangle border. And inside here, I'm just going to set a border radius to the same thing, border radius dot circular, and inside this circular I'm just going to set it up to 150. Perfect. Okay, let's just reformat this to see what we are doing. This is very important. Okay, so after this circular, we can add a child to this card, right? And I'm going to use a container to this card, and inside this container I want to specify the width of this container. But before I do that, let's correct this. So I'm just going to say width, then I'm going to set this width to 300, then I set a height to 300, then I set a decoration, and the decoration is going to be a box decoration. And inside the box decoration, what I'm going to say is I'm just going to add up a shape, and the shape is going to be a box shape just like this dot circle, right? Excellent. Then I set up a color, and let's make this color blue just like that, and we are good to go. Now let's add a const here just to fix this error or this underline const thing. So let's just save this, and we will have a circular card right here. We can go ahead and then add shadow color, whatever we want to do, we can do it right there. All right, thank you very much for watching this video. If this video helpful for you, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video, like the video, and leave your comment below the section, and I will be very happy to talk to you guys. Until then, have a nice day, and Ikesoft Original is out.